Hey everyone, welcome to my April 2020 Plan With Me video. This is the first Plan With Me video that I've done in a while, so I'd love your feedback, and please let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like to see. So as you can tell, this month's theme is going to be rain clouds because April showers and all. Also, I'm back in Seattle now due to coronavirus, so I don't have any of that LA sun. For my theme, I mainly used these three colors of mild liners and then this one light blue Tombow. For my fine liner, I have my Micron in 0.05, and then I used a Tombow Furunosuke brush pen for all of my brush lettering. So let's get started. This theme is pretty simple and easy to follow along. There's nothing super hard or complex to draw. I just drew out a bunch of these cloud shapes scattered throughout the page, and then drew a bunch of little raindrops. Then, using my variety of blue and gray accent colors, I'm adding on to the outlines of the clouds with little swirls, dashes, dots, etc. Next, I'm just filling in the raindrops with the variety of colors. I was not feeling very inspired when I made this video, unfortunately, so I didn't do anything on the next page, but normally I do like a quote or something, and it's been a while since I've done like a collage. But if you guys have any recommendations about what I should put there, let me know. I'll probably just finish that up sometime later. Okay, and moving on, this spread here is my monthly spread, and for April I decided to do individual floating boxes. So I'm using my Sakura Micron in 0.05 for all of the fine liner work, and then my Tombow Furunosuke brush pen for my brush lettering. And if you guys have watched some of my other videos, you probably know that these are my two most essential bullet journaling pens. Okay, and then I'm just numbering each of the boxes, and next I'm making my Instagram and YouTube growth trackers on the side just so I can keep track of all of my followers and subscribers and how that changes over the course of 1 month. Then in all of the empty space, I'm doing the same process with the clouds and raindrops that I did on the previous page. Then I decided to do drop shadows for each of the boxes in sort of a gradient effect going from light to dark, just to make them stand out and pop a little bit more. Lastly, I'm just going back to add details to all of the clouds. And one thing I really like about this theme is it's super simple and very easily customizable. You can use whatever colors you want, and you don't have to have a lot of artistic skill per se. The next page is my mood tracker, which gives me a chance to reflect at the end of each day so I can think about how my mood was, things I did, what affected me, and also is a nice place where I can look back and see how my overall month was. So for April, I decided to draw down 30 raindrops, basically, one for each day, and then I'm going to color them in different shades of blue and gray, depending on how my mood was on that given day. And my mood trackers are always one of my favorite pages to look back on, just because they look pretty plain and boring maybe in the beginning of the month, but it's really satisfying to see them get filled out as you go through the month and at the end. Next, on the opposite page, I am drawing out my habit tracker. So my habit tracker is probably one of my least favorite pages to actually make during my monthly setup, but I do find it really useful actually to keep myself accountable and to make sure that I'm staying in routines, especially now that I'm back at home and having to stay at home due to the quarantine. And I know some people find habit trackers really useful, some people don't like using them at all. For me personally, it sort of goes back and forth in motivation. Like some weeks I'll fill them out a lot, other weeks I won't even look at the page at all. So it really just depends, but I like to make one every month to try to hold myself to it. And then this month I am tracking my water consumption, if I worked out, if I studied since I still have to do online school, if I took my vitamins, if I did my ab routine, did I journal, did I spend money, and then lastly, did I floss? Then after that, I am just going through and adding detail with my Mildliners and my Tombow to the raindrops and the clouds. Moving on, I haven't made one of these pages in a while, but for April I did decide to do a brain dump. So this is basically a place where I write down any tasks or ongoing things that I need to get done. It's basically just a giant to-do list for my month. The last spread for my April setup is going to be my first weekly spread, and I'm only doing it for like the first 4 days of April because April starts on a Wednesday and normally I do my weekly spreads like from Sunday to Saturday. I am keeping it pretty simple here and just giving myself a lot of room. So I divided each of my boxes into 2 sections. On the top is going to be a place to put any like appointments, activities, classes, events, that sort of thing. And then down below, I'll use that to list my things that I need to get done. Once again, I'm using my colors to fill it out and make it a little more fun and pretty, and that is it. So here's my final April setup. Please let me know what you thought. I love to hear your opinions, and thank you so much for watching. See you next month.